I'm being serious. 100%. Record this. 100%.
Yeah, because we don't record anything.
I made a statement a few months ago about, as media, we should all know what it feels like to go through a fight camp and actually live the life before we talk about fighters or injuries or heart or performance or any of that. I think we should go to Philly for 6 weeks, do a fight camp with Travis Thompson, and then we get to live the Rocky lifestyle. We can do it in Kensington.
Yeah, good luck with that.
With little money, just like Mike Straka, no tea, me, Steve Linné, no limo, and we just post up.
No,
and we
zero
get an apartment.
It's not a fun idea.
We do a pad share in Philly.
Well, here's the thing.
For 6 weeks,
I think it's a good idea, and I'll tell you why.
Lifestyle.
I'll tell you why. It's a great idea.
Because I get out of here.
Because Matt will be killed in Kensington.
What are you talking about?
There is zero chance Matt survives in Kensington. Zero.
I know crackheads personally.
Yeah, well, you'll be one.
I know them.
You'll be a crackhead.
Listen, I think we should go there and do a reality show.
Listen, if I go to Kensington, I'm going with the underground king, and that's Eddie Alvarez, because he grew up in Kensington.
I don't think Eddie would go to Kensington.
Not anymore, you're right.
You know, my uncle lived in Kensington.
Eddie grew up in Kensington.
Dave Feldman got mad at me when I said my uncle was the baddest Jew to ever come out of Philly. He took offense because he said his dad was. I've walked around with my uncle in Kensington. I was the safest dude on the planet because he was a bad dude.
Wow.
I'm not going to Kensington without him. I'm not going to Kensington with Eddie.
I'm not going to Kensington at all.
I took my brother to Rocky Balboa's apartment, the TV apartment, which is right in the heart of heroin capital Kensington. We got chased.
Wow.
They're chasing us down. They want money. They're shooting up. One person ran at us. The needle was in the arm.
Wow.
It's bad.
That is bad.
We didn't stop the first time. And then when I went, I think it was with Steve, we went back and there was 4 cops on bicycles on the corner. So we felt safe enough to stop and talk to them. Kensington ain't good. It's awful.
You've obviously never worked in a pizzeria.
And come November, it could be worse.
Yeah.
You know, depending on what happens in November, Kensington will be the norm.
Well, let's go. Let's do it. Let's do an outing, a knockout radio.
Listen, who
show.
says I haven't been through a fight camp already?
See, honestly, no, hold on. Let me say something. Yeah. Honestly, he has no idea who you are.
Right.
He really doesn't.
I do.
You don't know his background. You don't.
Roastmaster, Tase guy on Fox News.
Listen, I know I've been through fight camps. I mean, I've sparred with Michael Chandler. I've sparred with Justin Gaethje. I've sparred with Frankie Edgar. I've been around. I've got my butt kicked by Frankie Perez once.
You're not that special. I've talked to those 4 too.
I tell you, I was doing my Spike TV show. I was at Ricardo Almeida's gym, and we were doing a round robin, and I was getting pounded. I mean, Eddie Alvarez was there, and this guy Frankie Perez, he's the guy who actually put me in a mixed martial arts Hall of Fame in Jersey. Anyhow, he knew I had to go to my TV show after the session. He was teeing off of me, hit me in the face. I go, Frankie, dude, I got to go on TV tonight. He goes, Mike, don't waste my time. I'm training for a fight. And I was like, you know what? You're right. And I got out of the circle because I was wasting his time. He's training for a fight.
Right. I heard you had a draw against a butcher in Ybor City.
I may change the name of the show. Seriously, I just thought of it. After November 16th, I think that the new title of the show will be 2.5 Hall of Famers.
Yes.
I'm already a Hall
right?
of Famer.
That's great.
I'm already a Hall of Famer.
You are not.
Florida Sports Hall of Fame. Look
Shut
it up.
Shut
Google
up.
it.
All right.
Look me up.
All right, cool.
He's right.
I'm facts.
You're talking
That's
about
3 Hall of Famers.
whatever.
We could call it the triangle.
Yeah.
That's right.
3 of us.
Yep.
He's gonna
whatever.
tell you how his is better. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No,
I'm not saying mine's better. I'm just saying his is a joke. I'm not saying mine's better.
I'm an inspector. You're a judge. What are you?
I'm not a judge.
What are you?
I'm a journalist.
Exactly. I'm a journalist in the Hall of Fame.
Steve's a former
So are you.
crackhead.
Yeah.
So you're a journalist in the
I heard it
Hall
on
of Fame.
Facebook.
Whatever.
But look, you're assuming that Google will be around in 20 years when people Google, just like MySpace used to be the main thing.
Yeah.
Everything evolves. This sport that we love so much might not even be a factor in the future.
That's a really good point. You're right.
Sure.
I mean, it was outlawed once. It could be outlawed again, and under a new government.
I mean, floorball's pretty exciting. I don't know if you've seen it, but
it could be.
I mean,
we could be. Welcome to pickleball.
yeah, right.
Welcome to the pickleball show.
Chair ball is better.
Chair ball, yeah,
chair
I heard, but I heard you get thrown out of pools for playing chair ball.
Well, but chair ball, there's risks.
That's right.
Involved in chair ball.
You could drown.
The problem with chair ball is it's on island time, and Who knows when that's going to happen?
Chairball was so cool that I brought my snorkel crap to go snorkeling in Nassau, and I didn't. I stayed playing chairball.
You know what the trick to snorkeling is? You bring a bag of frozen peas. I'm not even joking.
Okay.
And you throw them out while you're snorkeling, and every fish comes. I mean, it's intimidating. Thousands of fish will come and eat those little peas, frozen peas, and it's scary. But you get to see every fish in the water. It's really cool.
What if they're not frozen peas?
Yeah,
Could they just be peas?
They're ready to just peas
then
in the
they'll
pools.
just evaporate in the
Well,
water.
because you can't get frozen peas on a cruise line. I mean, how do you keep them frozen? It's 2 days before you get to Nassau.
All right, well that's a good point.
Thank you.
They don't sell frozen peas in Nassau.
I don't know.
I was in Hawaii when I did it.
Well, no,
I just went to the store and bought 'em.
this wasn't Nassau. This was their island,
Oh, okay.
Cove Cay.
Got it,
That's
got it.
but you could snorkel in the Bahamas too.
It's
So
not the first time there's been pee in the pool.
Well, first time for frozen.
Have
pea,
you
though.
seen the dye that they
he
put
said
in
it 3 times
No.
and nobody
No, hold up.
paid attention.
But
And he had to keep
have you
saying
seen the dye that they put in the pool? So if someone does pee,
Yes.
it turns purple.
it. It was in a movie,
That's a brilliant.
a movie that I
invention.
didn't see, but I know that there was a.
Was it Jaws?
No,
No.
it was with Kevin James and I think Adam Sandler and
Yes.
all that kind of
I
stuff.
think it was not 51st Dates, something like that.
It's a brilliant invention.
Just go
though.
with it, I think.
It's a brilliant invention, but it calls people out and going to embarrass people to an all-time level. So I'm sure they can't even use it if you.
Well, no, I mean, I know somebody who actually tells people he has it in his pool, and then he'll throw purple dye in the water and just to embarrass one of his friends. And he's like, I swear I didn't pee. You're like, yeah, you did. Look.
Pool party at Randy Harris's house.
All right, let's give our predictions for the UFC this weekend.
There is none.
Relaxation.
Relaxation. Saving $60.
You pay for UFC still?
I don't pay for UFC, no.
Easy.
I go to bars and watch it in bars.
Yeah, me too.
So, but no, I don't because I don't have ESPN Plus. I refuse to get ESPN Plus.
I refuse to pay for it
Yes.
on TV,
Yep.
so I get on a plane and I fly to the event.
Right.
Wouldn't it be cheaper just to spend the $70 than the hotel, the airfare,
Yes.
the food, the
Yeah, it would
gas? Yeah.
Careful, your brother might be listening. He's like, no more spam zone.
Yeah. Well, my dilemma on December 14th, it's the Army-Navy game. I'm sorry. It's the Navy-Army game, which I went to last year. I'm credentialed for it this year. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it. It's the same day as the UFC in Tampa. How do I look at myself and say, I pay money to fly to Japan,
Right.
Brazil, Germany, England, Canada, but I'm not going to go to 12 miles to Amalie Arena?
Well, what if it's a bad card? That'll make it easier on you. That'll be easier decision.
Yes and no, but what makes you don't know it's a bad card until after the card.
Yeah, that's true.
A lot of us, media, fans, and Matt, would look at the card. Oh, that's an awful card. Is it an awful card because we don't know the name?
Right.
A new
I mean, half the time I don't know the names anymore anyway. There's new fighters every week. Every week.
Yeah.
And it's
But sometimes
it's frustrating too.
when you look at a card, oh, it's a bad card, but that's a better fight because these are people that are trying to get a name, so that we know their name.
Do you have friends who call you and say, "Who should I bet on?"
Oh, all the time.
Oh, yeah.
I hate that.
Yeah, all the time.
I really hate that.
Yeah.
Because first of all, every time I pick a fighter, they lose.
Right.
And I had a friend who literally called me up after the fight. Said, how could this happen? Every one of your picks lost. How could this happen? I'm like, it's a fight game.
The only thing worse than that is when moronic fans reach out to fighters who lost and say, you owe me money because I bet on you.
I
I've
know.
done that. Yeah.
Well, no, we've seen it.
That's fair.
Yeah.
You know, Matt Serra told me a funny story.
Oh,
He
dang it.
said, when you lose
He
a
took
fight,
the lead, didn't he? He took the lead.
Yeah, one match
when
there.
you lose a fight, he said, he goes, everybody and their uncle tells you what you did wrong. He goes, I go to Dunkin' Donuts for a cup of coffee, and the guy's telling me what I did wrong.
Right.
I go to the pizza place, the guy's telling me what I did wrong. He goes, I hate losing in New York. He goes, you go back to New York, and, man, everybody will tell you what you did wrong.
Well, I'm going to go to New York and see John Jones fight in November, hopefully.
Yeah.
If he fights again.
Can you afford the ticket?
Well,
We're all
usually
just
the network,
saying.
The network pays
We're all
for my
just
travel.
overlooking Stipe Miocic. We all really
Yes.
are.
Yes, we are.
Everyone is.
Yes, we are.
It's crazy.
But
What if
they've
he
always-
wins? What if he wins? We're talking about John's legacy if he loses to Tom Aspinall. What if he loses to Stipe Miocic?
It's even worse.
It's even worse.
Yeah.
Exactly. Wow. So then the notion that John is afraid to lose to Aspinall is wrong.
Well, no, because he's not afraid to lose to Stipe because nobody, including John Jones, thinks that can happen.
Right.
I think people think, even the big John Jones people think Tom could win that fight.
Right.
I don't think Stipe can win that fight.
Well,
Not the
I
Stipe
didn't
of
think
today.
Stipe could. I didn't think he was going to beat Francis Ngannou. I did not think he was going to win, and he picked him apart.
Well, it's two different, but it's two different fighters.
Yeah,
I mean,
fighters.
Ngannou's just a big puncher.
But
That's it.
Yeah.
If you can get around it. I think John Jones beats Stipe. I think John Jones loses to Tom.
Okay.
If the fights happen. Again,
Yeah.
I don't think Tom of today could beat John Jones of 8 years ago, but it's a different fighter now. It's a guy on the downswing against a guy on the upswing, and one has everything to gain and nothing to, what does Tom have to lose if he loses that fight?
Nothing.
What does John Jones have to gain, if he wins that fight? Everybody would expect it, but I think it can, would, and should, and will, ruin something. All right, we are done. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I want to thank our guests. Go out and buy a box of cards at Rhino Cards, 4th Street and 11th Avenue, and maybe you'll pull a $53,000 card as well.
This is Carlton Fisk, talking sports with Randy Harris. What do you guys listen for? You crazy or goofy or something?
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
8-Man Strong is not simply about the biggest or strongest. It's about those who have survived true lows, suffered, faced demons.